Welcome back everyone to the Complete Pineleaf. Today I need to reassure some soldiers to encourage them to continue along on the road to the Black Gate, right? How well is he encouraged? There is no other way? Well, that didn't sound too encouraging. Well, let's see if I can find anyone else. And if that's all they're going to be wondering, is there no other way? Well, I'm sorry, we just can't drown out everything with some noise. Right? Sorry, I can't hear ya! Are we marching to our deaths? Ooh, interesting question. What do you say? Must we march to the Black Lad? Is there no other way? Well, it all depends on what you think we need to do, I guess. Is there anyone else up here who needs reassuring? Ah! They're getting... I hope he's not so worried that he's thinking of jumping down into the forbidden pool. What do you say about that? Mostly march to the Black Lad? And, well... ah, some people decided to drown out their thoughts with a lot of noise, I guess. Yes? Is that what you had to say? From where does your bravery spring? From the Shire, I guess. And what do you say? I'll do my best to carry on. Well, it's all I can ask. Now let's go speak with Aragorn. I gave them a little bit of encouragement, though I don't think that's going to hold all that long.
Thank you for your efforts, my friend.
I have given some thought to this problem of what to do with the men who prove faint of heart as we approach Mordor. It will soon be put to the test, I think. Let us move forward along the road north of the border of Dagorlad. We will establish a camp in the wood's edge and make ready for the final leg of the march to Mordor. I'll speak with you at our camp on the border of Dagorlad when we arrive. So, farewell, and I will meet you at the camp. Now, is there anything else I need to do here before I go? Ah yes, that brooch that I found in one of the caves. Maybe this ranger will know something about it.
We will purge these lands yet.
Yes, I know this brooch, my friend. It belonged to my brother, and at last his fate is clear to me. Although the Rangers held that refuge for many years, the enemy discovered the location of Torngroth, and we were forced to battle our way out. In our fight, we became separated, and he never made it to Henethanoon. I have mourned for him ever since, but now I wonder, what drew him back to Torngroth? Well, that is a matter for another time. I shall keep this brooch close, Pineleaf. You have my thanks. You're welcome. Apparently, though, he has more for me to do. I asked if there was anything else I needed to do here. Have you a moment? The heavy paws of the Black Land have laid above Ithilien for far longer than the rest of Gondor, and the ashy, sour air that rises over the Ethel Duath all too often sweeps into our lands. Worse still are the foul rains that cascade down those black slopes, for they bring with it a blight. This blight has spread into the waters in the past, aided by raiding parties of orcish defilers. Now, more than ever, it's necessary that the stream of Henethanoon remain free of Mordor's poisons. This is our only refuge from the onslaught of Mordor's forces, and without fresh water, our company is doomed to failure. Here, take these water skins. Fill them in the forbidden pool, in the stream as it passes through the fields of Cormallen to the west, and well as well as within the stream source along the Effelduath to the east. I have no reason to believe the water is blighted, but we must be certain. Alright, I shall go and collect some water samples to find out whether there is a blight upon all that water that's cascading down there. Didn't I grab some water from here earlier? I hope it's not tainted then if I had done so. Because if they've been drinking it and it turns out to be tainted, well, that could be a bit of a problem. So now let's see. Where would be a good place to fill the water skin? Right here. Good. Water from the eastern reaches of the stream. Now let's head to the Forbidden Pool, and this time, though, they asked us to go there, so I suppose to me it's not forbidden. Back to the Forbidden Pool. Now I'll see if I could find a good place to gather some water. Would be nice and fresh. Well, this should do. Good. Now, let's get down further downstream where we can get our third sample. Much further downstream and a couple of waterfalls later. Let's see if I can get a good sample down around here. Well, this'll do. Finally, I have gathered the western reaches of the stream, the eastern reaches, and the Forbidden Pool. Let's get back to Henethanu. I've brought back your water samples.
We must forge ahead.
By your account, the enemy's poisons have not seeped into the stream, but I shall test the waters that you've gathered to be certain. Even without knowing the location of Henethanu, the enemy could flush us out by poisoning the streams of Ithilien. We are fortunate they have not yet had the forethought to do so. Very good work, Pineleaf. You're welcome. Very well. That takes care of that, and now I think it's time to head to Aragorn at the Camp of the West. I have made it to the Camp of the West, and here is Aragorn with Mithrandir and Eladon and Elrohir, plus a number of soldiers, apparently. We've made it so far.
We are close to the Black Land of Mordor now.
We are close. May our courage not desert us, and may our friends have the chance that they need, though it costs us our lives. Well, that's encouraging.
I want to keep Sauron's eye focused on us for as long as we can.
I don't expect us to find victory through battle, but still, I want to keep Sauron's eye focused on us as long as we can, Pineleaf. To that end, it will not do for the host to be attacked before we attain the Black Gate. I ask that you scout ahead and learn what threats may lie ahead and wait for us as we approach the Mormont. I suggest that you bring 2 of my rangers with you, Farron for his stealth and Minkham for his understanding of the Black speech. Together, the 3 of you may learn much that one could not. You should find them at the south end and to the east of the hillock. Ask them if they will accompany you on a mission, and bear this command in mind. You are not to get too near to the Black Gate. Alright, I guess we'll have to keep that in mind. So, we do have a ranger who actually understands the Black speech. What a concept! Oh, well, here is Minkham. After all those years out in the fields of Fornos, that's allowed him to learn that.
I will do as Aragorn commands, though it bring us onto the blasted plain.
Of course, the other possibility that he was sent to the fields of Fornos because he was one of the few that understood the Black speech. So you said it was even to take to Daggerlad? I am no stranger to places such as Daggerlad, of such places of evil as you know. Yes, I remember the fields of Fornost. We will learn what we can, and then return and to tell Aragorn what lies before the host. It will be folly to do otherwise. Well, yes, a little scouting always hurts. Hmm. Looks like I've got a quest to turn in here.
There is more still to do.
Ah, Pineleaf, my friend, you received my message. With the conflicts in Ithilien behind us, I trust you are well enough to rest it and to press forward. The host of the West prepares for the final leg of its journey. It will be perilous as the terrain is unkind and the enemies numerous. Since we know these lands better than any ally of Gondor, Aragorn has sent the Rangers of Ithilien ahead to ensure safe passage. If you're able to lend us your arms, Moblong is coordinating the Rangers from the camp of the host. Speak with him, if you would. I am sure that he'll be glad to see you. Well, I will speak to Moblong after I speak with Aragorn. Let's see. Oh, yeah, Faron. Where is Faron? Somewhere this way? Oh, oh, there's more camps this way. I forgot completely about this. Ah, there we are, way down over there. I was like, where in the world is he? Hello there. We're ready to do some scouting?
Be warned, there will not be much cover on the plains of Dagorlad.
Listen, I'm the shortest of the three, so I have a feeling that if someone gets spotted, it's not going to be the little hobbit. I will go with you onto the plains of Dagorlad and scout ahead of the host, but be warned, there will not be much cover in that place, and we may be exposed to unfriendly eyes. It will take all of my stealthy arts to keep us safe, but I do so what I can. Well, alright. Interesting. So now I need to get to Longlass. Now, of course, one possibility for them wondering about that is that. Oh, one moment, if you would. Is seeing how Frodo and Sam weren't exactly great experts in not being seen with that fire and all, I suppose it's possible they're not exactly confident in a hobbit's stealth abilities.
Wait a moment, if you would.
Mayhem tells me that you and Faron will be leaving to scout the Slag Hills of Dagorlad in advance of the host. This will be dangerous, for there is little cover on the battle plains. Take this packet of herbs with you. It was given to me by Mandan before the ship docked at Harland, and I have been carrying it around since then as a memento, for Mandan fell upon the Pelennor. The herbs within are foul smelling when burned, which was true of most of Mandan's poultices, to speak truthfully. If you need to draw the attention of an enemy, it might serve you well. I want you to have it. If Mandan's gift can help you on this day, he would want it as well. Alright, very well. Thank you. Now, back to Aragorn. Actually, I don't think this is the best time for me to start an instance, so I'm going to head over to Moblong instead. It's good to see you again, Pineleaf. Domrod sent you? There is indeed much to do before we can be sure the path to the Mormon, the Black Gate of Mordor, is clear and free of threat. We would be grateful of your help in this task. Our numbers are small, and I consider you as much a ranger as myself. Oh, and I thought that you needed a small person to handle the problems that aren't small. No, don't ask. I hear a dog.
Let us help you bring glad tidings, friend.
Did you hear that Pineleaf? Oh yeah, I couldn't miss it. Yes, that howling sound has been spooking the horses and making the men uneasy. We have not yet located the wretched beast, but I know I would like to see the noise ended. The more sleep that we get before the march, the better. Let me know if you find it while you're out in the nomad lands. It sounded as if it was coming from the hills west of here. Well, I think the best thing for me to do is actually do this quest and not worry about anything else, since I believe it doesn't go too deep into the area, and since it doesn't go too deep in, we call this preliminary scouting as we wait for the sun to go down and all, since obviously we're not going to head out in broad daylight. Now, maybe orcs can see pretty well in the dark, but I have a feeling that the Easterlings, okay, let's face it, they can't be stupid enough to put the Easterlings on guard duty at nighttime when you have orcs who could see perfectly well at night. Let's see. Oh, oh, it scared me for a moment. That is definitely not a wolf. That is definitely not a warg. Hello? You have found the source of the howling sound. It's not a fearsome beast at all, but a scared and possibly injured hound. Does one of the rangers own this dog? Well, I should try to calm it down. Alright, let's see what happens if I calm down the dog. The calmed hound heads for the camp. Off. Yeah? There you go. Having a rough time, I guess. Oh, let's try avoiding the bears as we do so. I see that the hound arrived, and the hound is the source of the howling. So, this was the source. Ah, Faroth, oh boy, when you went missing, we thought you were gone for good. He must have run afoul with those orcish traps. It must have been a lucky scrape, for he is well on better already. I think he will be on the lookout for those from now on. In truth, I have work for this little ranger. He has taken a liking to you, it seems. Perhaps you would go with him on making the rounds in the nomad lands, Pineleaf? Well, I suppose I can do that, though I should tell you that I do have another appointment I must finish first. Right, so what do you need me to do, and then I could do it as soon as I get back from my other mission?
Be wary, my friends. Evil spoils these grounds.
Yes, scouts returning to camps have brought word of orcish traps in and amongst the ruins the entire way between here and Nerthern. It is one of these that I guess gave Faroth the small wound. He was lucky and nimble. Our marching soldiers may face far worse if they stumble upon them. Take Faroth with you and destroy as many as you can find. If I am not mistaken, he will keep a sharp eye and nose for them now. Yes, I suppose he will. And what else?
Faith alone will not stop the enemy.
One of my rangers spotted some number of orcs running across the scrubland, but lost sight of them. There are many ruins throughout the nomad lands, and I wager they may be where the orcs have gone. Perhaps, if you drew close enough, they would come out of hiding. And take Faroth with you and sniff them out. Alright, so I need to find some hidden orcs and find some hidden traps. And then, once we sniff them out, we'll make everything safer for the hosts of the West. But before that, I need to speak to Aragorn. I have spoken with the Rangers.
I trust you, Fyron, and Mingham as I would trust no others.
Thank you for understanding this mission, Pineleaf. Daggerlad is an inhospitable land, and it will be difficult to remain unseen. But I trust the three of you as I would trust no others. Speak with me when you are ready to depart. And that's what I'll be ready to do when we return for the next episode of The Complete Pineleaf.